So I know I'm late to the party, but I finally got a chance to play Deadlock, Valorant's newest agent. And as someone who is a Sage main, I like to think that Deadlock will be my newest main, or at least my co-main, to when I don't feel like playing Sage or if somebody else picks Sage. And the reason for that is because of her playstyle. It's not because she's overpowered, because she's not. And some would make the case that she's a little underpowered. But to me, it's not about her actual strength and power, but it's in terms of her playstyle. So if you haven't noticed, Cypher and Killjoy you could basically call them hard sentinels. Their real role is to lock down a site, and that is their strength. Then you have Chamber. Chamber is kind of like a duelist slash sentinel. He's like a pseudo duelist kind of thing. Yes, he can lock down a site, but realistically, his whole kit is essentially taking duels, which is in the role of a duelist. Sage, on the other hand, Sage is kind of like a pseudo support sentinel. Yeah, she has her slows and yeah, she has her wall, but she's very good at supporting her team, whether that be through healing her teammates or reviving them with her ultimate. This is where Deadlock is a little bit different. Deadlock is kind of like a pseudo initiator with a sentinel. And what I mean by this is if you look at her kit, she has her signature ability, which is a barrier. Similar to that of Sage's wall, it blocks off pathways. However, unlike Sage's wall, where it blocks it off completely, it blocks off LOS, and you can't shoot through it, you actually have to destroy it. In Deadlock's barrier, you can actually see and shoot through it. So that is like the biggest difference between the barrier and the wall. However, it works very similarly. But the big advantage to the barrier is the fact that you can throw it. It's a projectile. You can throw it, allowing you to be a little more aggressive. So, for example, if you're going to push up a site on Haven, for example, you can throw it at a distance to get like CT to block that off. Whereas Sage, you actually have to walk pretty close to it due to the deployment range of the wall. Furthermore, you also have her ability, it's like a grenade, but it's kind of like if she throws it down and if you get hit by it, you actually are forced into a crouch and you can move out of it, but you're forced into a crouch, which obviously impedes your movement. That is a great combo ability, not as good as Fades where you can combo it with a Raise Nade, but it's still a very good combo ability. The last one is her traps. Her traps, when triggered, causes a concussive blast similar to that of Breach. However, the biggest difference with her traps versus other Sentinel traps is that you need to place them in places where the enemy is going to run through or at least fire their gun. The reason why this is important is because if they walk, they can actually walk past your traps without triggering them. This is very much different than that of, let's just say, Killjoy or Cypher, where even if you walk, well, you're kind of SOL in that regard. Then, of course, there's her ultimate. Her ultimate basically grabs a single target, puts them into a cocoon, and when that cocoon reaches the initiating point of the ultimate, the person dies. Yes, the enemy team can destroy that cocoon, but it's very, very good at getting free kills. Because if you know where the enemy is and your geometry is half decent, you can secure a free kill without exposing yourself or a teammate, making it very useful and quite powerful, to be honest. But all of these things, it's like she's a pseudo, because you can use her to lock down a site. You can go on defense, place your traps, place your barrier, and literally be a pain in the ass for the enemy to push the site on. Or you could be aggressive like an initiator, throw your barrier down to lock down a sight line. You could throw your little web to bring them down so that they're crouched and you can easily peek and get a headshot. She's like a pseudo. And to me, what I like about her kit is that unlike Cypher, unlike Killjoy, where they need to be within range, more so with Killjoy, of their traps, in her case, she has that fluidity. She has the ability to place her traps and leave. Yes, Cypher can do the same thing, but with Cypher's kit, he has nothing that can help with the aggressive other than maybe his camera that you can use to get a free peek. But aside from that, he does have his cages, which act like a little smoke, but it's not good on the aggressive side of things versus what Deadlock is. So overall, it's not about how strong she is, because I don't think she's as strong as Sentinel. I think there's other better Sentinel options, but I just like her playstyle. And her playstyle allows you to be aggressive. You can lurk if you want to lurk. You can set up your team if you want to set up your team. Or you could be a traditional Sentinel and just lock something down. That, to me, is the best part about her kit, is that there's a variety of ways of playing her. And to me, it speaks volumes. It appeals to me. So this is Deadlock. To me, she's a newest hero. One of probably my favorite hero now, behind Sage. I mean, she's really fun to play, in my opinion. Is she overly powerful? No. Is she useful in her capable hands? Absolutely. So if you are playing Valorant, check her out if you get a chance. She's definitely worth playing. This is Veteran Gamer, and I hope to see you guys next time.